Python to solve for the roots of an equation. In this case, it's a cubic equation of state, and it is the Redlich-Kwong equation of state from engineering to find the molar volume or pressure of a pure component. In this case, we'll be doing it for ethane. Okay, if you want to follow along with this example, there are the source Python notebooks. Come to the CHE263 website, and then come over to schedule, and this is going to be homework number 3. You can click on the Colab notebook if you just want to use Python through a web browser. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with this one. We want to find the molar volume values for the gas and also for the liquid. We have T is the temperature, Rg is the universal gas constant, and A and B are compound specific constants. We have some of those constants listed there for ethane, and we're going to find this at 1 bar atmosphere and 77 degrees Celsius. So we have the one guess value that we can use, which it comes from the ideal gas law, and I'll just write it here like this. If we want to get the molar volume, this V right here is actually V divided by N. So that in the ideal gas law, that's going to be V, the molar volume, and I'll put a little subscript here for the molar volume is going to be equal to Rg times temperature divided by pressure. Okay, so that's going to be our guess value for the vapor root, and then we're also going to have a guess value for our liquid root that's just going to be 1.1 times the constant B, and it's going to be somewhere around 82 centimeters cubed per mole. Okay, I have a couple of the constants listed here. The very first thing that we want to do is go ahead and calculate our ideal gas value, and that's just going to be Rg times temperature in Kelvin divided by our pressure, and Rg is in the appropriate units, the universal gas constant is in appropriate units there to make all the units work out. Okay, let's go ahead and also do our function, and we'll need this in solving for the root. And what we're going to do there is just take this equation here on the right and move everything to one side of the equation. So if I just made this a negative and then a positive here and then set that equal to 0, there's going to be my equation where I'm going to try to find where that equals 0 or the roots of that equation. So let's just go ahead and type that in right here. We want to return P minus Rg times Tk divided by V minus B, and then we'll add to that A divided by T to the 0.5, or you could use NP dot square root of T. Okay, and then I'll multiply that by V, and then V plus B. Okay, so I have my residual value there, and let's just test that. I'll print F of Vg, that's my ideal gas. Okay, and it looks like I have an error here. That's good. T is not defined. That's good because it helps show the debugging process of fixing these. Okay, and so there is how much that equation is not equal to 0. So it's very close even with the ideal gas. And I could change this. I could change that to be, let me go, 1% higher for that, and then see how that changes. Or I could go, 1% lower, and so it looks like the real gas is going to be somewhere around. That's interesting. I could just kind of iterate this manually like this until I found something that was pretty close to 0, just guessing and checking and then getting to the root. So this looks like the real gas has a molar volume that's just a little bit less than the ideal gas. Okay, but I want to be able to use fsolve to solve this instead. And the way to do that is to just say the vapor, the molar volume of our vapor is going to be equal to fsolve. And I give it the function name, and then I give it the guess value. Okay, and now I can just print v vapor, and that will give me the molar volume right there. Okay, and so I've used fsolve to find that root, but I want to find the liquid root as well. And for simple equations like this, where it's just one variable and one equation, one of the things that we could do is also plot this. And so let's come up with, instead of just one, ideal gas molar volume, let's come up with a bunch of them. Okay, so I'm going to do lin space between 60 and 30,000, and I'll do 10,000 of these values. That'll be my third argument for lin space. It's going to do 10,000 linearly spaced values between the start and the stop. And then I want to evaluate this at many different function values. I'm going to just create some storage to be able to store those 10,000. And then I'll do a loop for I in range n. I'm going to loop through this 10,000 times. And then I'll store for each of those I values in my array. I'll go ahead and just store what the function evaluation is going to be for each of those. Okay, I'm not going to print that out because that's 10,000 values. But let's go ahead and just plot this. Matplotlib inline, and then import matplot matplotlib.pyplot as plt, and then we'll plot the vx and fx. Okay, so here's our equation. It's kind of hard to see because this value goes so high, so I could do plt y limit. I could just limit this from -1 to 1. I just want to zoom in on, let's see, not subscriptable. Oh, I need to put this in parentheses here. Okay, so I can see my values here, where it crosses this 0 axis right here. Let me just draw a line there so it's a little bit easier to see. Okay, so that's going to be between, I'll do 0 to 30,000, and then we'll do 0, 0, and make that a red line. Okay, so that's where it intersects, is where I'm going to find the roots of my equation. And so let's guess something that's going to be closer right here. If I want to shift this a little bit, I could do a semi log x, be able to compress that a little bit, be able to see it just a little bit better. Okay, just put a log scale on the x-axis, and so I can see it's somewhere here around 60 or so, somewhere around here around 80 is my other. Oh, it looks like I've got a couple roots showing up here. That's interesting. Let's see what we can find here in terms of our roots, just by giving it a better guess value. Okay, so there's my vapor, and then let me get my liquid root as well. And the hint said to go somewhere around 1.1 times b. And then let's print, let's just do v vapor. I'll put the 0 there because before I had these, these brackets. That means it's an array. It's returning an array. So I just want to return just the very first element of that array, and it gets rid of those brackets. But if I want to do something just a little bit nicer, like a formatted string, I could say the vapor molar volume is, and then I can put this in curly brackets and end the quote. Okay, but if I wanted to make it so it's formatted a little bit, even a little bit better, I could do 2 decimal points, make it a floating point number, and it just truncates it off there. Okay, and actually let me include the units there as well. It's centimeters cubed per mole. Okay, and I want to do okay, my keyboard has stopped responding for some reason. Let me just see why that's the case. I'll come back and select it. Okay, centimeters cubed per mole. Okay. All right, and let me do the next one, the liquid molar volume, and I'll just put the liquid there as well, and then we'll print those out. Okay, so there are my roots. Let's go and just plot those on this plot, because I'm kind of curious where those are showing up. Semi-log x. Alright, and let's do the v liquid, and we'll do 0 there, and we'll make that a circle with color equals orange. Okay, so there's my one root. I'm not sure where that one came from. Let's find our second root as well on this plot, just to be able to show it. Our vapor root. Okay, where that intersects with 0, I'll make this one black. Okay, so there's my vapor root right there, and this one's my false root, somewhere in between. And it looks like that value was, you know, this one, that one looks like it's about 200, 300, 400, about 400. Okay, let's see if we can just find that. I'll just print fsolve f comma 400, give it a guess value close to that. Okay, so that was 391.9. So that's just the false root. You can just ignore that one. I'm not exactly sure where this one's coming from. It looked like there's another intersection there, but we should only have 3 roots to this. Okay, so there are my two. I found the vapor and liquid molar volumes for using the Redlich-Kwong equation of state. But more generally, if you just want to find the roots of equations with Python, you can do that with SciPy fsolve. The next problem we're going to go to is going to be problem number 4, where we find vapor-liquid equilibrium. It's going to be a little bit different than this one in the sense that we're going to be finding the roots of our equations, but we are going to have 3 equations or more, depending on how we code it. So you can also use this fsolve to find not just the roots of one equation, but multiple variables, multiple equations as well.